Hello, this is Coach Lake, and this is lesson one on your emotions. I'm going to give a quick synopsis, summary of what we're going to be talking about, just in case you missed class or you need a refresher. I thought this might be beneficial. I can't promise I'm going to do this all the time, but when I can, I will make the attempt. All right, so the lesson plan objectives for this unit on emotions is there are four. 1, 2, 3, 4. To explain the purpose of emotions and how they happen. That's number one. To explain the purpose of emotions and how they happen. Number two, to describe different levels of basic human needs. To describe different levels of basic human needs. That's number two. 3, to explain how mental health affects physical health. That won't be till about week 3. And then 4, to identify healthy ways to cope with stress. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, or that we did, depending on when you're watching this, is self-assessment. I want you to check for prior understanding, okay? Here's the questions. For the first 8, I want you to answer 1, I have no knowledge of this. 10, I have lots of knowledge. So if you're watching this, you're going to listen to me read these. You're going to pause this video. You're not just going to keep playing it, right? And you're going to answer these questions. You're going to go 1 or 10. You might be able to do them on the fly as I speak. And then the last 2 questions are open-ended. I want you to write that out. So number 1, how much do you know about emotional health? 1 is nothing. 10 is everything. I should be teaching this. Okay, 2, what do you know about depression? 3, how much knowledge do you have on suicide? 4, how much knowledge do you have on mental illness? 5, I have friends and get along well with others. If that describes you extremely well, put a 10. If you're like, it's a 5. If I don't have that at all, it is a 1. All right. I know how to reduce stress. 7, I have adults and friends that I can talk to. 8, I know how to relax. Okay, now your 2 short answers. If you noticed a friend being abused, but the friend denies it, who would you tell? And then 2, in your opinion, is getting struck or being verbally harassed a sign of abuse? All right, so those are the questions. The last 2 are open-ended, so as you need to write those down. And if you miss class, bring this to me so I can see what you did and how you did it, so that you have the notes and I know that you listened to me. All right. So an introduction to emotions. Being healthy involves both your body and your mind. Okay. So if you are excited about something, that feeling can affect your body in a positive way. If you are worried about something, that too can affect your body. Okay. So your mind affects your body. We also know the opposite is true. The body can affect your mind. For example, if you're well rested, you can think more clearly. If you're tired or sick, you'll be much more likely not be able to think as well. So your body affects your mind. It's a two-way street. Your body affects your mind, and your mind affects your body. So in this unit, you will learn about keeping your body and mind healthy by understanding emotions and stress. So the 2 big things we're going to be concentrating on is emotions and stress and how they play on each other. You will also learn about common needs that people have and how these needs affect our emotions. So, question. The same experience can affect different people different ways, or cause them to react different ways, or respond in different ways. Why is that? Why is this? If I was sitting and saw a car crash, and my 3-year-old Axel was sitting there and saw a car crash, how do you think, or why do you think we would each have different reactions? If you're by yourself, I'd like you to list a couple sentences on why you think that is. It doesn't have to be right. I just think why it is. Okay. And now that you've unpaused me and we're still going, it happens because every human being has emotions or feelings. Okay, emotions or feelings. That's an important definition. Emotions or feelings. Emotions are a person's individual reactions to an experience. What is a reaction? A reaction is a response your emotions make you different from other people. All right. So emotions are a person's individual reactions to an experience. Okay? And your reaction is a response from your emotions that make you different from everybody else. So emotions can be difficult to understand, right? Emotions start with thoughts. So you start thinking about something. When we think about something that happens, we may feel a certain way about that event. And we know that different people have different perspectives when they think about an event. For example, the Trump rally or Trump rallies or whatever, some people think about that event and get excited. It's awesome, positive. Other people will think of that event and become depressed, feel negative and angry. So they're both thinking about the same event, but it's triggering different emotions. Okay. So our thinking triggers an emotion. This emotion can cause the body to react. Okay. When was the last time this happened to you? I want you to think of an example of when you thought about something and then you had an emotional response. It could be think about your sweetie. I thought about my lovey and I got all warm and fuzzy. That rhymed. I didn't even mean it to. But those of you who know me know that that's the case. Anyway, so what do emotions do? Emotions are natural and they serve a purpose. Emotions signal reactions to events and experiences. They let us know when something is right as well as when something is wrong. Now, it doesn't mean just because it feels right, do it. That's a caveat. However, 9 times out of 10, you know whether something's right or not, and your emotions validate the way that you are feeling and the way you are thinking. They help you to understand yourself. So all people have needs, including emotional needs. So what basic needs do people have? Okay, there's an individual by the name of Abraham Maslow. This guy said, or he was someone who studied what humans need. And he observed that people have 5 basic needs. Okay, the 5 basic needs are physical, safety, belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. Okay, once again, there are 5 needs and they are in this order. It's like a pyramid. The bottom is physical, then it's safety, then belonging, then esteem, and then self-actualization needs. Maslow put these 5 needs in a hierarchy, and a hierarchy is a fancy word for an order. Essentially, you have physical, then you have safety, then belonging, then esteem, and then self-actualization. All right. Physical needs are at the bottom of the hierarchy, and then safety comes next, and so on and so on. Once you satisfy one level of needs, you can usually work on meeting the next level of needs, and then you just kind of go up the pyramid, so to speak. Also, he also claimed that most of us spend our lives working on just the first 3 needs: physical, safety, and belonging. So he said most of us didn't even reach the top 2. This is his claim. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's his claim. As we go over these 5 explanations, I want you to think about where you are in this hierarchy, okay? So Maslow's hierarchy of 5 needs. Number 1, physical needs. Physical needs are everything necessary to stay alive, like water, food, oxygen, okay? Number 2, safety needs. Safety needs are protection needs. That means protecting yourself from danger and the conditions around you. 3, this is where it gets kind of long. So the first 2 are easy. Number 1 was physical needs. Number 2 is safety needs. Okay, number 3 is where we're at now, belonging needs. Okay, belonging needs are more involved than physical needs, and there are 2 kinds of belonging. Okay, the first is belonging to a place. Okay, when you belong in a place or belong to a place, you feel loyal to that place, just like school. Haha. Anyway, belonging to a place helps you to feel secure and to meet other needs, such as safety. So probably where you live, your home. The second kind of belonging is belonging with people. This leads you to form relationships or join groups. Some relationships may be very important to you. Everyone needs relationships to feel healthy and secure. A relationship based on need is called an attachment or bond, and it ties us together. So a relationship based on need, this is an important definition, is called an attachment, okay? So a family love is based on attachment and support. Friendship is a type of love based on choice. Romantic love is a strong physical and emotional attraction between 2 people. All right, esteem needs. If you are able to meet your needs for survival, safety, and belonging, you then seek esteem. Esteem is the value or worth you place in yourself. There are 2 kinds.